Fans all around. What can I do? Well, let's start with these three things. One, dream big.
Welcome back, terrestrials, to
Sorry, I was watching Tom Morello at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because Rage went in
oh, nice.
and he did a really good speech apparently. So I'll have to watch it later. But welcome back to Terrestrial.
Welcome back, terrestrials. In this episode, we're going to be reviewing Cobweb from 2023. It's out on Hulu right now. You can check it out there.
Right.
Jerry proposed this one to me. He said, "Hey, I watched this. I liked it. Check it out." When I saw it, I was like, "Oh yeah, I remember the previews to this. I wanted to see it." So we're gonna go ahead and review it, and let's kick it off with Jerry. What did you like about this movie?
I like the ghost. They had to fuck with him.
Yes, we had a
this is a
huge
ghost.
argument
It's
on
not
whether this was a
no.
ghost, ghoul, zombie, or monster. I
It's a ghoul.
apparently didn't watch it's god damn it.
You didn't watch this movie. You just
I watched it, but god damn it, it's not a ghoul. It's just a human being.
It's just she's just a human.
Yeah, she's just a
ghouls
human
are
being.
humans too.
So when we
that would be a cool shirt.
We argued for like 5 minutes before we started filming this.
I didn't argue.
Because yeah, okay.
I was just letting you know you were wrong, and I just made sure that
right,
knew
but you were wrong
thing.
too. That's the whole thing. The important thing is you were also wrong.
Okay.
I thought that the dead body in the backyard was the sister's body, and it was the ghost of the sister or some entity, and they locked it in the wall to keep it, from torturing them or whatever. I don't know what to say about this.
I don't know the dead body thing.
Yeah,
like my brain wants to say that as a kid, like because he was having to do it so quick, while his mom didn't catch him, that he perceived there was a body in the garden. That the great thing about this movie is there's a lot of stuff in this movie that just is a dead end, leads nowhere.
Yeah.
It's just distraction for the last couple of minutes of the movie, which just opens everything up.
But okay, so let's break down the monster itself, the human being.
Okay, starts out with a thumping in the walls.
Yeah,
there's something in the walls.
They really introduce it ghost-like.
Right.
It's just whispers from the wall, like Conjuring type stuff, like whispers from the walls, bumps in the night.
Simple.
Yeah, just simple, like suspense building, story building to like the big reveal, basically.
Right. And we see, when he opens, sees through the hole, that there is something back there. It's not in his imagination.
Right.
It's at first I thought, oh, it's gonna be like this mental thing, because he's acting out, like almost killing somebody by pushing him down the stairs after he gives him a pumpkin and shit. And
the boy destroyed his pumpkin. So he went and pushed him downstairs. Totally okay with that.
Then like his parents were like, "You getting that kid a new pumpkin?" And the kid was like, "Yeah, I did a way better job on this, so psych." But yeah, so it starts with bumps on the walls. It kind of felt like, as an audience member, like, oh, it's gonna be mental. And then it's like, oh, maybe it's this girl that died, and that's why he can't go out on Halloween. And then, but that's all of these dead ends in the movie where you're like, oh, it could be this, oh, it could be that, oh, it could be this. He has nightmares of his parents that are really cool.
Yeah.
But it leads to a dead end, It's just like,
I mean,
it's a spider girl.
There is a ton of filler in this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I know somebody saw people under the stairs and was like, huh,
Yeah.
Let's talk about the parents real quick. What do you
Great.
think?
Great. I thought they were acting wise great.
Yeah.
Um
I love Liz Kaplan. She nails creepy roles very well.
right.
It's not necessarily her forte, but every time I've seen her like in Castle Rock, she did an amazing job.
Right.
Just
So does the
mentally
dad.
ill. Yeah, the dad does a great job too.
Especially like with those like when the teacher's there
I just want to give
and
you one of these. Oh,
yeah.
yeah, there we go.
Jesus. Why does that do that?
Movie.
But the dad, I think my favorite scene with him is when the teacher is there to kind of like get a little bit more information, understand a little bit more what's going on, and everything he does would be completely understandable.
I think you better leave.
You know, come on in for coffee. You know,
Yeah.
you're inviting him in. Oh, there's blood on your. Yeah, I cut myself.
Yeah.
It was working. You know, like there was nothing about what dad was saying that would have like triggered my like bad people, bad,
Yeah.
you
Right,
know,
right.
like he was calm, you know. Oh
He's-
no. Like, especially when she's like, "Can I see him?" It's like, no, that's inappropriate.
May I see him?
No, you may not. I don't think it's appropriate.
What is your interest in our son? You're no longer his teacher, so I don't... It's very strange to me that you continue to show up at our house.
You know, kind of deal. Like, yeah, if it would have been a normal situation and, you know, he wasn't locked down in the basement kind of deal. And, you know, a teacher just showed up in my door and was like, no, that's inappropriate.
Yeah, they act like that happens. Movies tend to act like teachers give a shit enough to go to somebody's house.
You know,
They don't. Yeah, I think the parents did a great job.
right.
The both of those actors
And the
killed it.
little boy did too.
Yeah, I mean, he did good. He really pulled at my heartstrings in the beginning when the boy first took his punk pin and broke it. He's like, "Please give it back," like, or whatever he says. Yeah, that I was like, "Oh man, if I was there, I would have fucking Superman punched that kid right in the face,
just
dude.
door kick the
Yeah,
your
exactly.
stupid face. You know,
this is Sparta.
Yeah. I think one thing we passed over though,
Okay.
like you asked me earlier, like what did you like about this? And but the cinematography in this is amazing. Like it's beautiful. This is like when we come around to the theater, it's like, yeah, I want to see this like in a big fucking screen. Like every like little small detail of like the size of the house or the wallpaper. That wallpaper was the ugliest fucking thing. That would make me throw up. But I don't know, just something about that and how empty the house is.
Yeah,
like it just doesn't like it doesn't feel
there's no like
in
food
or love or
there's no. It's very cold in that house. There's no like cereals on the counter or a microwave or any, like it's all just like showroom house. And that's the way they keep it because that's
like,
what serial killers do.
Yeah, these motherfuckers look like they're in their 30s and they're eating fucking soup for dinner.
Yeah.
Fuck you, man.
Yeah, I don't even know
Stop by
that
McDonald's.
was soup. That looked like somebody blended up fucking dog food.
Yeah, and like they were just eating salsa verde and shit. Fucking so okay. The final night, Halloween night. This he's murdered his parents by making them eat rat poison.
Yeah.
And the bully boys, what the fuck were they gonna do? You know, like
yeah, I don't know. I would have kind of liked to explore that a little bit. Like I would have liked to have seen them get a hold of somebody, but since he and the sister is the only ones left, there was no chance at them really getting their hands on it. But if the parents were still alive, I would have liked to have seen that interaction.
I think that dad would have like fucked them up.
Yeah, he would have. It would have
Like-
like maybe all four of them could have eventually taken the dad, and I wouldn't put it past the mom to fuck him up either.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying. I wanted to see that. I wanted to see a little slasher movie in the middle, since there's so many other things that don't go anywhere.
Right.
Go ahead and throw the parents are still alive, the boys break in, and the parents handle them kids. And then he's like, what the holy shit? And then, the fucking sister comes out.
I think they wrote that part in there to show us truly how the sister works.
Mhm.
Because if that wasn't in there,
Mhm.
and it was just him trying to run away from his sister
Right.
after she escapes her prison,
Right.
I think it would have kind of like been dull. But we get to see the
Animalistic instinct.
the instinct of the sister. I think we get to see how she would, how she hunts,
Yeah.
and I truly feel like she has like one of the creepiest and like icon moment. Like you can make an icon out of that now next to like these modern icons of horror, Annabelle, the Nun, the Pearl, what is it, A24
Mhm.
horror movies that came out. That hair and with the spiders in it and her fingers and the way that she walks,
Mhm.
it's like, okay, that's your icon moment. You have a unique look, you have a unique idea of that. Now, you could make like sequels off of that,
Yeah. I think I would okay, since we're talking about that, I hated her face.
the CGI on the face. Yes. This
All the other
needed
aspects,
work.
yeah. All the other aspects of the character was good.
Right.
They were efficient and scary, creepy, not so much scary, but I think that if they were to make it, they should redo that face completely.
Yes. Almost like wish they would have never shown it. Like it was like always have it obscured by the hair and the spiders crawling in the hair.
Mhm.
That's what I wish. Don't
Yeah, I could
show
go for
tell.
that.
In this.
Yeah, I could go for that. Or just like it was in the shape of a football.
It's in the shape of a football.
Go
It
long.
looks like you
She's
ever seen that horror movie Slice?
yeah.
It
Yeah.
kind of looked like that kind of
Was that a
animal.
horror movie? I thought that was just a movie.
It might be.
It
I don't
kinda sounded-
know. Do you know the like fuck, not ABC's no. Is it VHS?
Yeah, the girl, the face opens.
Yeah, the succubus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's like, okay, that's where you should be.
Mhm.
Not that just looked uncanny, but I see the similarities, like where you were trying to do
Mhm.
and what you ended up with.
Yeah, I think
So,
I think I would have preferred her face elongated, like more long and just spiders on it all the time,
Mhm.
crawling like in her eye socket, out of her nose, into her mouth, wherever. But also keep it obscured with the hair
mhm,
and just make it more menacing because it had
right.
this like very bluish hue to it.
I think that was
Um,
trying to make like the shadow, like she was
it
obscured by
did
shadow, but
it did not work.
it
The face,
didn't.
that whole face thing was just it, and it was such a kick in the dick to this
Right.
whole movie.
Right,
For
because
me,
everything
for me,
else is
for me.
perfect for
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good things in it. Like we said, there's plot points that don't go anywhere.
right.
There's like, this teacher like not minding her own business, these horrible parents, the body in the backyard, the pumpkin patch, like all this stuff.
The little girl
But at the base,
dying.
at the base of it, it's still this decent movie
All right.
with like you said, a possible iconic horror movie
Yeah,
character,
I would say it.
but they just fucking kneecap that movie with
Right.
and it's such a short period of time. But if you're going to show a close-up of a like look at A Quiet Place. If you're going to show a close-up of a monster, put so much effort into it. Like take the music budget out and put it into that fucking face and make
Right.
it scary. It almost felt like they were going to make I don't know, that it really, really annoys me.
It just doesn't feel like it feels like show her face was like secondary. Like
Yeah.
like almost like a producer or executive producer, like, well, why can't we see her face?
Yeah.
If you say that she's deformed or whatever, show her face.
Yeah.
And they were like, we don't have money or okay, do we have a scene where we might kind of see her face? You know, and like that's
Mhm.
how that feels, like a secondary thought, you know, and it really just kind of like weak, you know.
I mean, a few of the times you get a look at her face, you can tell it had changed. Because
Yeah.
when she comes up directly to him and gives him that big smile, and her eyes are like this, like mine, and like the face is just like got this big smile on it, and it's like
Mhm.
this versus this, like it doesn't fit. But in other scenes where they show her face obscured and you can see, like, it almost looked like a completely different face.
Mhm.
It almost looked like they had this face that they were going with, but then they were forced to show this face, and then they went back to it again.
Right.
It's like this one scene just completely changes the movie based on the way she looks to me. Yeah, it really feels like a maze of a movie.
Right.
Where it's like, why don't you go down this road? Oh, it didn't go anywhere. Come back
Yeah.
here. Go
Yeah.
down this road. It didn't go anywhere. Okay.
Right. That
Like,
usually happens after the movie's done, and then my brain's going, so what the fuck was with all the other
hey man,
shit that didn't
I
go
made up
nowhere?
I made up a completely different movie in my head.
Right.
So, I watched something completely different.
Right. No, it's a very simple movie.
All right, let's get into the Holy Trinity.
All right, man. Shit, we haven't done this in a minute. Last
We're
week.
out of practice, people.
Right. We did this last week. All right. Fuck. Thriller Kill.
It was thrilling.
Just
Yeah.
thrilling. Yeah, I'll go with that. I enjoyed it. Cult classic.
No.
I'm gonna agree with that. No.
Yeah, it will never stick. It will never stand out like that.
Right.
Not yet. Maybe through the years and possible sequels. Yes.
Possible sequels. Yes. Gonna go see it in the theater.
I think it would be cool to watch in the theater, but I don't want to see her big ass face in the theater. So no.
Maybe it'll look different. I don't know. No, yeah, I want to, not for that, but because of all the production on like the art production in the house,
Yeah.
how it looked. Yeah, I would like to see that big. So
Yeah. If they could
And-
cut 2 seconds out of the movie, I'll go to the theater and see it.
yeah, just cut her face, like yeah, just edit the movie to where we never see her face, but he sees her face.
Right.
You know,
You get the reaction, you get the reverse angle of him like
right.
or whatever. Yeah.
All right. Star.
I think it's 3.5. It's better than Run of the Mill, but yeah, like I said, overall, I like the movie, but it missed on a lot of things, like the plots. It felt like a very small idea that they stretched as far as they could.
Mhm.
But yeah, the art direction, the camera, the acting, all good stuff. So
Yeah.
3.5.
I'm gonna go 4. I'm gonna go 4 to be difficult. No, I'm gonna go 4 because of what I did see on the screen. I enjoyed. It just didn't have that same tone as a lot of horror that comes out nowadays. It just felt different.
Yeah.
And that's really what I want is Oh, this is something different.
Yeah.
This is